Bonafide Hustler here, and last weekend I went to garage sales. I didn't find much, but I found some cool things. I'm gonna share it with you on this video. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, coming to you live from the inside of home gym. And today we're going to be looking at the very small amount of items that I bought at garage sales last weekend. I did manage to make it out, and I only saw like 4 to 6 sales, and I didn't pick up much. But one of the finds is pretty neat and very unsuspecting, so I want to show that to you here on this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Bonafide Hustler. You get the free money-making guides, the first link down below. Go check it out. It'll teach you the things that I look for at garage sales and thrift stores. You'll get 50 items that you can learn for free. First link down below. It's a free guide. Go get it. Okay, so yeah, last weekend I almost slept in. I was like, it doesn't look that good, because on Friday evenings, I take a look at what's gonna be there at garage sales the following day. I'll look at several things like Facebook, I'll look at Craigslist, and I'll kind of, paint a picture of like how successful the day might be. And so I was looking on Friday evening and it didn't look good at all. And quite honestly, it wasn't a good day, but I picked up some cool things. And when you have 4 to 6 garage sales to see, you tend, or at least I do, I tend to spend a little bit more time at those garage sales looking around for some things to flip. Now, on days that I have 20 to 40 garage sales to see, then I go really fast because I'm looking for things that are based upon like eyesight. Like I can see them from the truck and I can be like, all right, I'm buying that and I'm stopping at this garage sale. But when I don't have as many choices or as many kind of prospects, then I have to start looking a little bit deeper. And one of these finds in this video is a result of looking deeper. It's pretty neat. So most of this came from one garage sale, surprisingly. I'll get you, there's just some clothing in this, and I want to show you the very first piece, which is right here. It's very Stranger Things looking. This is actually a Kmart California inspired. It's actually designed and styled in California. It's probably from the 70s. It is so neat. Look at this thing. I think it's a size medium, just by the way it looks, or maybe a small. Nice thick collar. So this was just hanging up in a rack. It looks amazing. So I believe I paid, if I'm not mistaken, I found all the things that you're gonna see on this video from 2 garage sales. So this one came from, I paid 20 or 25 bucks for the garments that you're about to see. So this is one of the garments right here. I think at the booth that this could sell easily between $35 and maybe $45. It's a beautiful piece right here. I kind of wish it was my size. I would totally sport it. But yeah, check it out. And on top of that, when they put the pocket in, they made sure to keep all the lines correct and everything. So you can barely see that the pocket's there, but as a nice like 70s pocket tee, something that you would see maybe on like Lords of Dogtown or people skateboarding around California with back in the day. A beautiful piece. I truly think so. Remember, I paid 20 or 25 bucks for everything. So here's another thing right here. We have a basic jacket. It's not a puffer jacket. It's not a windbreaker, and it's not a raincoat, but it's just a basic jacket. Beautiful kind of look to it. Probably early 90s, maybe late 90s. So yeah, nice kind of garment right here. I think this in the booth is gonna probably sell for around $50. So that's not bad at all. Some of this stuff can go on eBay, but my booth also loves this kind of stuff, and it can get very close to eBay pricing or more than eBay pricing in many cases. So I'm gonna throw that to the booth. I don't have to pay any shipping, nothing like that. But yeah, a beautiful piece right there. Of course, I gotta pop on a pearl snap shirt. So here we have a pearl snap shirt with basic embroidery on it. It is a Wrangler, right? This is a Wrangler, I think 1967 or 1947 edition, whatever. It even has it down to the sleeves. We have some nice kind of pins there. Oh, I'm showing you the next thing. Anyway, so this is pretty neat. This is gonna be in the booth for right around 35 to 45 bucks. I could put it on eBay and use the terms like rockabilly, blah, 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 pearl snap, whatever. But, at that point in the booth, I could basically sell for the same price as eBay stuff. So that's gonna definitely go to the booth. I have this thing right here. Now this one is a windbreaker. You can tell a windbreaker because you can take this part, put it up to your mouth, try to blow through it, no air goes through. Cool, that's a windbreaker. Is it a puffer jacket? No, there's actually no insulation. It's not a puffer jacket at all. Is it a raincoat? No, there's no hood to it. And when we take a look inside, we don't have kind of like a membrane type interior, like rubberized almost. We don't have that. So this is just a basic windbreaker, but really neat colors, size small, beautiful. I think that's called a Kuma Sport. So beautiful windbreaker. I mean, gosh, 50 to 70 bucks easily in my booth for this thing. But this is the kind of stuff you would find at kind of like vintage fairs or retro fairs, pop-up kind of things. There are a lot of those pop-up things in this town. The prices are just way high, so I don't go to them. But they basically put stuff like this in those pop-up things. So yeah, not a bad find at that one garage sale as part of that whole deal. I think the best find from that garage sale is this thing right here. Look at this thing. It's a surf style. Now look, the resale of this thing on eBay is probably around $35 to about $55, potentially more, but I think they screen printed this on the back, and I don't think that was stock. Truth and Bones. It's still pretty neat looking, right? So this in the booth is probably gonna sell for right around 50, I would think. But yeah, this is a quarter zip windbreaker, one size fits all, strangely enough. And that was at a garage sale right there. Even you could just see how like almost iridescent, and it just reflects the light really neat. So yeah, not a terribly rare kind of find. These things are still out there. They're floating around in the thrift store shelves, but to see it at a garage sale and to get a pretty good deal on it is pretty cool. So that goes in the booth right there. Now from this next garage sale, I want to show you an example of something I picked up, because when I picked up this one thing, I brought it home, my girlfriend was like, oh my gosh, I like them, trade them out for mine. So basically it's this, right? Chaco sandals. They were $2 at a garage sale. These are my girlfriend's Chaco sandals, and they are almost identical to the ones that I picked up at the garage sale, except those had black straps, and my girlfriend preferred the black straps. It would go with more things that she wears. So she just took them and then she gave me hers, right? So that's what we're looking at right here. But just so you guys know the backstory on that. These should sell for right around $50 on eBay. These are called the Z Clouds. So they have a little bit more cushioning in them. Size 6. Yeah, this was $2 at a garage sale. This will fit in a padded poly mailer as well. So for me, my rate on that is about $8.30, and that'll go anywhere in the USA. Put it like this, padded poly mailer, boom, done. So I should clear right around, I don't know, $30 in profit, something like that. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but it's such an easy sale. And plus they're really good to sell locally as well too. So, you know, Austin, Texas got a bunch of hippie hipsters, people that love the outdoors, river crossing people, sports animal loving people, and they love Tevas and they do love Chacos. So I've sold Chacos locally as well. Okay, last find. This is what we're here for, okay? Because this is like the biggest learning one of all the finds so far. This came from the garage sale where I found the Chaco sandals. It was sitting in a rack, and all I saw was basically the sleeve. And this is basically all I saw was this part right here. And I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. Velvet, that must be pretty decent brand. And then I went into the racks and I kind of saw this part, shuffled around, saw this, and I'm like, great. Then I saw the actual tag, Johnny Was, incredible. So this is probably worth somewhere in the vicinity of maybe $125 to about $160, okay? And this is a Johnny Was velvet tunic, okay? So yeah, real nice. The actual tightening kind of pull things are still there. It looks good, not frayed, no holes, nothing like that. The weird thing about velvet is it does kind of pick up every piece of dust and lint that's in the air or on the ground or wherever you shoot the item. So you do want to make sure that you lint brush this thing before you pack it up. It's extremely light. So yeah, this was $10 at a garage sale. It is nuts, man. I was at the garage sale and I asked the lady how much for all the garments in the rack, because I suspected this was the best one to pick up, right? And that is the best question to ask when you're at a garage sale. That way you don't just pull this thing out and you go, how much for this thing, you know? So a lot of times it works out in your favor, because if they say something and you pick out the best thing in there, then they might think in their head like, oh man, but not that thing, you know? So many times, I would say 90% of the times that I do that trick, it works in my favor, right? So I'll look at the entire kind of hanging rack, right, of whatever clothes, pants, jackets, shirts, anything. It kind of, you know, when you go to a garage sale, they kind of mix it all together. And I asked the lady, like, how much for things on the rack? She's like, $1 to $2. And I was like, okay. Then I went for this thing. I pulled it out, and she's like, but that one is really expensive. And she goes, that one's $10. And, you know, instead of going like, well, you said everything was $1 or $2, I just said, okay. And she started to get on her phone and started to show me some eBay stuff. And I was like, okay, forget it. Like, I whipped out the $10 immediately and I just gave it to her. So yeah, Johnny Was, this is a tunic. It's a velvet tunic, really nice. Keywords are gonna be floral tunic, black, velvet, embroidery, you know, embroidered, but it's beautiful, right? So remember that brand right there, Johnny Was, and you can kind of see the tag right there. That's basically my garage sale day. Wasn't the worst day, definitely wasn't the best day, but it just goes to show you when you have limited kind of like options, you can make something happen. What was your favorite find on the video? Let me know down below, and I hope garage sales or thrift stores are going well for you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Bonafide Hustler, and I will see you on the next video. Take it easy. Goodbye.